Hi, for today my demonstration speech is for Speech 101 class is going to be on how to play volleyball. So, how to play volleyball, to be a competitive, consistent volleyball player, the three main points that you have to focus on are being able to consistently bump the ball, set the ball, and hit the ball. And in that transition, what you're doing from a bump, serve, receive to the setter, which when the setter, what they do with the ball is they take the ball and they set it out to the hitter. And then what the hitter does is hit the ball over the net. And then when the hitter hits it over the net, what he is trying to do, or she is trying to do, is competitively hit the ball over the net and transitioning the ball to hit on the opposing team's side of the court. That's the main purpose of the game. So the three main focuses of the game I'm going to focus on today are bumping and hand setting, and then transitioning from that to hitting the ball. All those 3 points, which those 3 points have to be consistently done to be a good volleyball player. So in regards to that, the goal of volleyball, as I stated before, is to drive the volleyball over the net onto the other side person's court, and that will gain you a point for the game. So the 3 main points, as I said before, are bumping the ball, setting the ball, and hitting the ball. The first point I'm going to focus on is bumping the ball. So with bumping the volleyball, this is on either a hit received or serve received, either one. So the first thing you want to do is with bumping the ball, and it's all about position. And in regards to position, we're going to start from the legs. From the legs, you're going to have your feet out to a shoulder width apart, knees bent. You're going to have your forearms out, and with your forearms, you want to put your dominant hand on top of your other hand to then bend down, passing the volleyball. And while you're passing the volleyball, which transitions the volleyball to what you're doing is then transition it to the setter. Now with the setter is getting into position from where the bumper passes the ball. So then the setter is in position. So where the setter has the volleyball in front of them, watching it the whole time. So we've transitioned from bumping to now the setting the ball. Ball's in the air. The setter is now going to get in position, and with positioning for a setter, hand setter, the setter is going to have their feet, again, shoulder width apart, knees bent. The setter is going to bend down, and with that, elbows are bent, hands above the head, because what you're looking to do as a setter is you're looking to watch the ball, get in position, pick the hitter you're going to set the ball to. So as you're bending down with your knees, absorbing the volleyball with your hands, taking the volleyball in, thrusting the ball out, lofting it out towards a vicinity where over the net the hitter can hit the ball. So once the ball is lofted, the hitter then comes into play. So the positioning for the hitter, as I stated, so now the ball is being lofted in the air from the setter to where the hitter will be able to hit the ball over the net, as I stated earlier, over the net to the other opposing team's side of the court. So for the hitter, the hitter gets into position. The hitter is watching the ball. The hitter then takes a 2-step stride, like a 1 and then a 2-step. The hitter then will bend down with their knees. This is watching the ball the whole time. And then bending down, swinging your arms back. As you swing your arms back, it gives you that momentum of the ball, the transition as you're jumping into the air. As you're jumping into the air, you're bringing your dominant arm back. With your dominant arm, you are in the air, net in front of you, always keeping the ball in front of you, between the ball and the net. And then as you are coming forward, your dominant hand is hitting the ball over the top of the net, and hopefully on the opposing team side of the court. The main thing is hitting. You can have a couple options with hitting too. When you're as a hitter, when you're first starting the game, as a hitter, you want to just hit in an angle motion over the net. That's your most consistent shot. 80% of people like to hit angle shots with the volleyball over the net, so they're hitting it angle, angle, angle. Then the other one is when you become a better consistent hitter, you would go hitting it down the line side, just to change up your game so people don't read you on the other side defensively, consistently seeing where you're going to hit the ball. Because if you get consistently hit an angle the whole time, the defense on the other side is pretty much going to camp, as I call it, camp in a spot where you like to hit it, your bread and butter shot. So from there, that's what you want to do. You want to change up your hitting style to hopefully keep the opposing team on the other side guessing the whole time. So from there, after you're hitting the ball, the other thing that you should do is, I guess to say the main conclusion, what you want to be able to do. And in conclusion is, you want to be able to be a skilled, consistent volleyball player. This game doesn't come to you like anything. You start as a rookie, then to be a decent player. You want to be a good volleyball player. You have to practice. And what I mean is, to be able to be good at this game, you have to practice to be able to be consistent. And I mean, all parts of the game are important. If you can't bump well, then the setter can't do his job. If you can bump well, but the setter isn't very good, then the setter isn't going to put the ball where the hitter needs it, than for the hitter to be able to hit the ball. But it all starts with bumping. The big part of the game is definitely bumping the ball. That starts the momentum, because if the bumper bumps the ball to where the setter can get to it, which goes from like the one hit to the two hit, then the setter can get in position to put the ball where they want. And then the other thing is, then the hitter, like I said before, the hitter can either hit it line, hit it angle, but it doesn't start until the bumper is consistently bumping the ball to the setter, and then the setter is actually consistently putting the ball where the hitter can hit the ball consistently over the net. Now, the other thing I was going to say is, if you have any questions, some main questions a lot of people ask is, how do you score points? One of the big things to scoring points is either hitting the ball off of a defensive player on the other side and it goes out of bounds and they don't return, because the whole main point of this game is 3 passes to get it back over the net. But if you hit it over the court and you hit the floor, that's a point. If you hit it over the court, a defensive player touches it and it goes out of bounds, that's a point. The other big question a lot of people say is, how do you win at volleyball? Well, volleyball has transferred into being a more faster paced game. So they've transitioned that way. And what I mean by that is, you always gain a point. And the total amount of points is 25. Whoever gets to 25 first wins the game. So if you serve the ball and you serve it over the net, they do not return the ball with their 3 passes, that's a point. If the server serves it into the net, serves it out of bounds, and then the ball, what is called, the game is then side out. So then the ball goes the other side of the net, so the other team will serve the ball at you. That gets a point automatically too. So it's a rally scoring, so there's always points scored, either on the team that's serving the ball, who keeps getting the ball back, or if there's a side out, which is a transition, the ball goes to the other side due to the server couldn't get it over the net, or the other team has earned the point by hitting the floor on the opposing team's side. So that's how the ball is sided out. So there's a total score of 25 points. If both teams get to 24, then it's a 2-point game. What I mean is, then whoever gets to like 26 to 24 or something along that lines. If both teams are at 25, you have to win by 2. So that's the main thing with that. But my whole main point today for how to play volleyball, to be consistent as a volleyball player, the 3 main points you have to be consistent at: bumping the ball, setting the ball, and hitting the ball. I really hope that this has helped you today. It's definitely helped me a lot. I've been playing the game for over 20 plus years. I've learned along the way. I was a rookie at one time, but I learned a big part of this game. To be consistent at this game, you have to practice and you have to play the game. If you do those things, you can be it doesn't matter if you're a woman or man, shorter or taller. Anybody can play this game as long as you practice at this game and you enjoy the game. You have to enjoy it. I really think it's got to enjoy it. And then you practice at it, and you can be a consistent volleyball player at any level to have fun with this game. I hope it helped you out, and thanks a lot. Have a great day, everybody.